All right, folks, what is going on? Back with another video. And this video, I'm going to give you a quick recap of what's been going on in my NBA 2K14 association. Now, I've been making videos of like the last quarter of each game, let you know what's going on. And basically, I'm having a blast playing this game. I'm using the Atlanta Hawks. I made some trades, and I'm going to give you a rundown of my roster. I'm going to give you a rundown of what's going on in the season and all the things that are, just happening throughout this association. I find this association to be absolutely fantastic, and I am enjoying myself. So first and foremost, before I get into all the good stuff, let's just look at the roster. This is the roster that I have. As of right now, Al Horford is hurt, and if you watched the last game, Al Horford did not play in that game against the Miami Heat, but we did get the win, but we'll talk about that in a second. So this is my roster. It's nothing extravagant, nothing that's, something to be excited about. But I got my quote-unquote big three, which is Jeff Teague, DeMar DeRozan, and Trevor Ariza. Now, these guys have been outstanding playing together. The chemistry is great. I love it. I love where this team is headed and where it's going. And with Al Horford being down, that does hurt a little bit. But we do have Quentin Richardson, Jordan Hamilton, Daryl Arthur, which is a pretty good player on the inside, playing in the paint. Dennis Schroeder, Shelvin Mack, Jan Vesely. This guy right here is somebody I'm looking towards trying to develop. And at 6'11", 240, he's doing okay for himself. He can't hit his free throws, but nevertheless, I like what I have there. And this is the rest of the team. Aiden, Scott, Jenkins, and I still have Kyle Korver, which right now, Kyle Korver is upset. And he said he wants to have more minutes. I do understand. He is the sixth man on the team, but I can't put him anywhere else outside of what I have. I have DeMar DeRozan, and I don't necessarily have a spot for him to be as a starter right now. So he is a little upset, and that's the way it is. When they're upset, their ratings do go down. And if they don't get playing time, things get, as well, their morale does go down as well. So that is the team that I have. Now, let's look at the standings. I want to look at the standings, let you know where I'm at right now. In the division, I am 1.5 games behind the Heat. I've beat the Heat twice so far this season, which I'll show you in the calendar in a little bit. I beat them twice this season, and we are looking pretty good in the division. Not too shabby. And when you look at the conference, we're number 2 in the conference, where we're 20-8. We're a game and a half behind the Heat. The Bulls dropped down a little bit because they were number 3 for a while, but the Nets are coming up really well. And the team that I finally beat, it took me a while because the Knicks was just having their way with me. But the Knicks are falling down into the number 5 spot. But they find ways to win. So they do a great job. Let me move I got the mouse thing right there. But let me move that out of the way. But all in all, it's a pretty solid looking it's a pretty solid looking conference, and the season is going pretty well. I don't win every game, and the games are tough, and I find ways to win, but I had to revamp the roster. I had to get rid of Paul Millsap. I had to get rid of a couple other people, Lou Williams, and I got the team that I have. Now, you look in the Western Conference, you got the Warriors at 21-8. You got the Thunder at 17-10. Then you got the Lakers at 17-11. They beat me recently as well. And it's just a solid, association so far. So when you look at, let's go look at the calendar. We'll go from the beginning of the season. Our first game, we lost to Dallas. And then you can go look right here. We just went on a really good winning streak. We won the next 5 games. Next 6 games, and we finally lost to New York. And that was the loss there. And then they beat us again a few days later. And like I said, they had our number for a while. We just couldn't beat them. And we were doing pretty good moving. Another W here and there. And then we lost to the Houston Rockets. And then we lost to the Dallas Mavericks. And we beat San Antonio. And that was a really good win in San Antonio. I don't know if they have the box score, but yeah, they have the box score. I'll show some of the scores in a little bit. And we lost against Chris Paul and the Clippers, and we lost again to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's like, okay, we lost 2 in a row. What's going on? And we beat a really big game against OKC. This was a really good game. We ended up winning that by 1 point. And here's Washington. We beat them. and we finally beat the Knicks. We finally beat the Knicks. Then we lost to the Lakers, and then here we go against Sacramento, Utah, and Atlanta. Well, I am Atlanta. We beat the Miami Heat again. So, like I said, we are finding ways to win games, and this is the cool thing about it. You know, I love the fact that the first time we beat the Heat 101-97, they didn't have Dwayne Wade. And it just goes to show, like right here, Dwayne Wade did not play. LeBron James had 27, 4, and 6. And Dwayne Wade was out in that game, so he didn't play. He was injured at the time. We just found a way to win, you know. And the second time we played them, you know, basically Dwayne Wade and them they were playing, and this is what happened here. We finally we got a way to win that game. DeMar DeRozan had 32 points in this game. And it was basically all us winning this game. And this is what I'm saying. Like, most of these games that I have are really, really good. These are games that I'm really enjoying. I'm having fun playing, and we are finding ways to win. And these are not easy games. Like look at the OKC game. Look at this. Like, DeMar DeRozan almost had 40 points, 39, 7, and 6 with 4 steals. Phenomenal game for DeMar DeRozan. And basically, Kevin Durant, we just didn't let him get too much out of what he got. Out of 40 minutes, he had 21 points, 13 rebounds. Westbrook had 19 and 11. And Jeremy Lamb was their leading scorer. You know, so, but at the end of the day, we just found ways to win. Even that, we only won by 1 point. Now, when I look at the nemesis, that is the Knicks. This is the team that I have a lot of trouble with. Let's look at this game when we played against them. DeMar DeRozan had 28, 5, and 4. Carmelo Anthony had 39 and 1. Tyson Chandler had 17 rebounds. I mean, this is like crazy. 17 and 17. And that was basically the difference. You know, these guys were finding ways to basically, get rebounds and get second chance points. Same thing with this one. We played against them for a second time. Carmelo Anthony had 29 and 7. This time, J.R. Smith had 17 and 7. And we found a way to not let them get too many rebounds. They didn't out-rebound us too much, but then again, we still didn't have that height because, you know, Lou Williams was on the team. We ended up trading for what's his name? We ended up trading for Trevor Ariza at the time, and we ended up getting Gan Vesely, and that made a big difference in what we were doing. So they did get the win. That was probably our worst loss of the season, 88-101. That was probably the worst loss. So when you look at all the other games, pretty solid wins outside of, you know, Houston. Once again, these guys, they out-rebounded us. Look at this. Omar Asik had 14. Howard had 15 rebounds. Camby had 10. You know, and look at our rebounds. We just had nothing. So, I mean, we still had Lou Williams on the team at the time. And, you know, we just could not get any height at all, you know. And once again, you know, we played against the Mavericks, lose against the Mavericks. We just had a rebounding problem. Marion had 13. Nobody on our team had double-digit rebounds. Closest person had him was Arthur with 8. And Arthur's played pretty good for us. He played pretty good. But nevertheless, we end up making that trade after the Dallas game. In the first game that Trevor Ariza plays against us, he goes for 32 and 7 against his former team. He was a Washington Wizard. We end up trading him. Lou Williams gets some get back against us as well because Lou Williams was on the team and he got traded to them. He had 22, 6, and 2. But Trevor Ariza just had a great game. And one thing about this, you're not going to have a good game every night. Trevor Ariza had 32 in this game. In the following game, when we played against the Spurs, even though we won that game, I mean, Trevor Ariza, he only had 16. DeMar DeRozan had 40. I mean, DeMar DeRozan's just been the guy. And then you look at Vesely. We finally traded for Vesely. Like I said, this kid right here, I mean, he is 6'11", 240. And he's getting the rebounds, and it's starting to make a difference. It makes a difference. I just realized Jeff T had 15 assists in this game. Wow, that's crazy. But you know, when you look at like the makeup of our team, this is basically what it is. You know, and you know, we were trying to find ways to get some depth in the paint and get some rebounds, and we started to see a difference. Even finally, when we beat the Knicks, you see here, where is he? I don't even think Tyson Chandler played. He had 10 rebounds. But even though we had more presence in the paint, we was able to not let them get more, you know, presence and get second chance points. So we had more chances to get rebounds or whatever. And it worked. Because we ended up winning a 4-point game. And then we ended up losing to the Lakers. I mean, how could you beat Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe Bryant had 29, 6, and 4. Steven Jackson also had 7, 3, and 2. And Antoine Jameson, I mean, he had 14 rebounds. But so, I mean, that's the thing. they found a way to win that game. And for us, we did okay. I mean, DeMar DeRozan had 25 and 5, and Jeff Teague had 21, 4 and 7, and that's basically what we had here. And at the end of the day, this is the way our team is made up. We're 20 and 8. We're right behind the Miami Heat, and we're going to try to find a way to take over the Southeast and probably be number 1 in the conference. And that's one of the things we're going to have to do. We're going to have to try to find a way. We're just going to try to find a way to actually continue to win and stay on pace with the Heat, because I don't see the Heat really slowing down. I mean, when you look at the Miami Heat, basically they're beating up on everybody, but they haven't beat us yet. So that counts for something, and that's a really cool thing. And when you look at, let's see, where are the stats? See if I can find statistics. Or we can look at the standings. Is it the standings? I can't remember. Oh, here we go. You look at the streaks. Here we go. Right here, Southeast. We're 3 wins up, and then the Southwest, or whatever the case may be, ahead and behind. They have all types of stats on here. How we're behind most of the time, or we're ahead most of the time, so that works. And margins of stats. They have like all these weird other different stats that are on here that are pretty interesting, that I actually like. And it's something that I really enjoy looking at, because 2K has done a great job at doing stats or whatever. And I really love seeing what I see here. It always makes me want to go back and just look and see what's going on against other teams or whatever the case may be. And I really enjoy this. This is a really, really good game, and I love playing this game. I enjoy playing this game, and I really think that this is a game that you should try out if you don't have. I mean, I have it on PC, I have it on Xbox 360, I also have it on PS3, and for the most part, this game plays exactly like the pros. I mean, it does a really good job. Right now, look at this. LeBron James averaging 31.3 points a game. Kevin Durant's right behind him. And I found a way to get DeMar DeRozan to get to 27.8, but it's not easy. It is definitely not easy for the most part. But at the end of the day, man, I look at all these stats. I love going through this, and I love playing this game. And I really, really, I like I said, I just really recommend playing a good basketball game. And this is the basketball game for me. It works out. It works out very well. And it's just a really good game. So basically, this is what I'm going through the first third of the season. It's just a lot going on, and I don't know where to go when I just show you all this stuff. It is really good information just to go through this. But all in all, basically what I wanted to say, throughout the third of the season, this is where I'm at right now. I am 20 and 8. I'm right behind the Miami Heat. And hopefully we'll be able to do something. Second in the league, or second in the conference, is not bad. It's not bad at all. Maybe we can continue to maintain it and just continue to go from there. So basically, that's all I wanted to talk about. And hopefully you guys continue to watch the videos that I put up. I may start putting up full videos so you can see the entire game instead of just the fourth quarter. And that's maybe a thing as well. So y'all guys let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. Peace.